Houston, we have a problem.
This is bullshit. I'm not listening to this. You are insane.
No, you're insane. You simply do not have time for this crap.
I'll use small words that you'll be sure to understand, you warthog-faced buffoon.
You shut your foul mouth!
Yeah, that's my message to you. Fuck you and kiss my ass.
You were just dumber than a bag of hammers.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
You are now tuned in to Dusty Vision Radio.
That's right. Hey. Dusty Vision Radio, super.
I gotta stop doing that.
I know, dude, that's not cool, man. I'm your buddy, old pal. Super Audio Network, Dusty Vision Radio, sitting here with my boy Dre Day all day.
Yeah.
How you feeling, man?
Pretty good.
Doing a lot of shit behind the scenes, man. You guys don't understand what goes on.
Nobody
behind the scenes. They think we just turn on the YouTube and there we are and shit just pops up. But no, guys, there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, sometimes you want to kill yourself, but or maybe that's just me. I don't know. That could be
it's true. It's true.
I'm just tired, Dre, because I do a lot of stuff on the side as well.
Oh yeah.
And
I don't know how you do it,
dude. You work harder than me.
But I do bullshit. You do serious shit.
You do bullshit, dude. If this is bullshit, then fuck, please. But I edit videos specifically for a lot of rappers and a lot of musicians. Period.
That's dope.
Yeah, no, it's cool. But in 2020, I'm no longer editing videos for rappers, Dre. So rappers, you would no longer get it. I'll explain why. Let's talk to Player Ham. Player Ham, how are you, man?
Live, love on my side. Blessed and grateful, homie. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you so much for making this happen, man. This is a bucket list item for me.
Oh, man, it's all love, man. Good looking. It's my pleasure, sir. I appreciate you as well.
Yeah, very cool. Well, let's get started, man. I have a series of questions. It'll last about 25, 30 minutes, and then I'll let you be on your way.
Sounds good. Cool, let's do this.
Let's do it, man. Well, let's start at the beginning. Whereabouts did you grow up?
Oh, man, South Central Los Angeles.
Okay.
Born and raised.
What neighborhoods are we talking? Not saying that you claim anything, but what neighborhood are we talking?
Oh, yeah, right. No, I grew up, started off like the edge of Watts near 103rd and Main. And then from there, we moved to the west side off of King Boulevard and Wilton Place.
Okay. All right.
Browning Boulevard, as probably a few more people might know, Browning over there where your boy used to talk about, you know?
2001 Browning, clowning.
You know what I'm saying?
So 80s was popping, as you know. I'm 42, so I lived it myself. 80s was when gang warfare was at an all-time high. Crack cocaine hit the city. Tell me what you remember specifically about the 80s.
Man, well, I was fresh out of high school in 81, and I do have a recollection of when crack hit, even when it went from cocaine to crack, you know what I'm saying? Because from time to time, one would indulge, and if you was using, you could recognize the difference, man, but it probably creeped up on you in a real, negative way. If you, was dealing with cocaine and then you started dealing with crack, not knowing that they had put a twist down on whatever you was using, and the addiction, the desire, all the ways you get down changed. You know what I'm saying? I could say it like this, homie, from a cat that been there. When it was cocaine, you wanted to share. But by the time you woke up and realized you was on crack, you didn't want to share no more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it was it pretty much destroyed our neighborhood, man, and led to some great music. Also, I know that's kind of a weird segue, but it kind of led to gangster rap, which I guess some would classify you as, or would reality rap, whatever the case is. But talk to me about when you started, getting into music and rapping.
Well, I started off in music in junior high and in high school because I was in the band, right? And in elementary school, I was attracted to poetry. So I remember being, first, second, third grade and being in the English class for the English aspects of the classroom, depending on before we was changing, from room to room. I, but I liked writing poetry at a young age, man. So I kind of studied it through, different ways the teachers was teaching us, and I excelled at it even at a young age, man. I remember writing certain poetry and having some of the strongest poetry in my class. And it by the time I got to high school and I was in the band, I went to high school at Locke, and from Bret Hart Junior High to Locke High School, Locke was one of the elite bands in the city. And so when we moved to the west side, I was going to go to Crenshaw High, but when I went and checked their band out, it wasn't up to par. I was in the 10th grade. And so the foundation was music. And when I graduated from high school, you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life. There's a lot of negative and a lot of positive out there. I wasn't really going to college. I took a few classes, jazz appreciation or whatever when I had to, in order to keep working because I was a TA. But shit, man, I just put it together, the poetry with the music background, and decided I wanted to pursue it. And that's kind of basically a microwave story of how I got involved in rap. I just put my poetry, started trying to put it to music, and it started off kind of weak, as far as the rap skills was concerned, as far as my recollection, and anybody that might could tell you that was there. But shit, it was something I really wanted to do with my writing skills. They was up to par. It was just getting the rap part together,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
When did you end up linking up with DJ Quick?
Well, Quick came to the table, I want to say around 1988. Back in the day, they had those the party lines.
Oh yeah, 976.
976 exactly. And so we had a penthouse party line, me and Tweed Cadillac.
Oh, okay.
One of the homies, Emperor Al, my recollection is he had plugged us in, and we already had the Penthouse Players clique going. And so when he had got action at getting behind a party line, we did a commercial for him, and it was called the Penthouse Party Line. So we had a little commercial or two on K-Day and shit. And Quick's sister, one night when Tweed was on the phone, Quick's sister called in, and I guess him and her was talking, and she told him about her brother, and Tweed actually hooked up with him on some music first. It's like he talked to him and told him whatever he had to tell him, and Quick shot him a beat. And when he got the beat from Quick, he let me hear the beat. And when I heard the beat, I'm like, where that come from? And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, okay, what's up with that? And then he was saying, well, I think, the young cat, might want to do something with us, man. He shot me this to kind of like audition. I'm like, well, we need to holler at him, man. He might be the missing piece, So one thing led to another from that. A nigga went and grabbed him, gave him another little assignment or whatever, not necessarily in that exact order, but when he came back with the next one, it was like, oh yeah, this is it. So we talked about it, and it was a long time ago, but one thing just led to another from cats just hanging out and trying to come together and collaborate,
Yeah. Now, was this before the red tape or after the red tape?
Oh, this was long before the red tape, homie. The red tape came after he had
was it
basically left.
Okay.
Because Quick, and when they was doing certain types of music with that gang banging and shit on it, homie, I wasn't really with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the second to none thing, when they started coming to the penthouse, it was like Quick wasn't really trying to fuck with them as such. And when I heard something there, I went to the Compton swap meet and did some old mixtape, some old pause button shit that they did, and it had great potential. I was like, you need to fuck with your boys, And so I guess when they started fucking with Greedy Greg now, and doing things over there is when they was, doing that little gangbang music on me. But I wasn't having no gangbang music coming up out of my little section.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
talked that shit, but as far as that was concerned, because for Penthouse Players Clique, it was a way to not have to gangbang. Even though I was around thugs, criminals, hustlers, gangbangers, them was my niggas,
Mm-hmm.
but that wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Did you ever get any residuals or
yeah.
any issues with anyone when he was beefing with MC8, just being down with him?
Oh no, I never had any of those problems, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's never been an issue for me.
That's what's up. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know what the
Yeah.
red tape is, it was banging on wax before banging on wax was even banging on wax. He was probably one of the first, if not the first, to yell out his set and things on a record. And what he did was he ended up dissing MC8, but it was kind of like not even a real diss from what I understand. And yeah, that just ignited some shit in the street, right? Did I lose you?
Hope you still hear me, but you're
Yeah.
breaking up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still here, but
Okay, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
Okay, cool. We just probably got a rough patch or something. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
explaining what the red tape was and how it led to some issues in the street and led to a song called "Safe and Sound," which he did mention you on that song. He says, I had to pull my own weight, went to get a job, but by then, Ham and Gina really started the squab about whether I should go or stay. She told him either he goes or you go. We both was on our way. Talk to me about when Quick stayed with you and what he meant in that line.
Well, that was after he had got his deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he stayed with me. That song was after he got his deal, but he stayed with me like from '88 through like '90, give or take. Back and forth. It was like he'll stay with me for an extended period, and then he might go chill with his sister or something for a minute or two. But for the main thing, once we decided we was gonna get down together, then I was married at the time, and I had my two sons, Through Smack and Big Joe West. They was little boys though then,
Young heavyweights.
and yeah, they doing their thing, man. We making some moves, but so we was staying with us then, and we was building and growing. We had a couple of situations with a couple of record deals. Because once Quick came to the table, then the Penthouse Players Clique was complete. And so we started making music. We got an SP 1200, and grabbed the 12 Techniques 1200 turntable, and a pyramid mixer, and all the things that we needed to make records. And Quick, he was a prodigy. He was laying golden eggs, man. He really wanted that, And while we was chilling and doing the things we was doing, Quick was putting that work in, getting better and better and better, and honing them skills. He already had the foundation with play with the keys and was DJing, so we had that. But once we got that 1200 and that nigga loved that, and started, sampling and getting stronger and stronger and stronger, man, we ran through a couple of situations. We had a situation with a cat named George Murphy over at 8 Mile Road that didn't really pan out. And then we had another situation with West Coast record distributors. That was Lonzo Williams, Unknown DJ. Actually, that's where we was at first together.
Really?
It was Lonzo Williams, Unknown DJ, Egyptian Lover, and Rudy Party from the LA Dream Team.
Yeah.
They had
World-class
West Coast record distributors. Yeah, they had, right. He had Alonzo had the world class. Rudy had the Dream Team. Egyptian Lover was doing his thing, and Unknown DJ was in the cut. And they was making records independently doing their thing, but they came together, tried to establish a whole new distribution off the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
And so they had a few artists there signed, and we was one of the artists that they signed, right? And when they told us basically what we needed, I can remember the story. It was like that SP 1200. We hadn't got it just yet, but they signed us based on some other things we had done. And when we heard about, you know, the SP being the shit, you know, one of them cats, I don't remember which one it was, but they was like, you know, this right here, what you need. And I'm like, well, what's up with that? What we need? How much that cost? We need to get one. And the nigga was like, well, you know, that's about 2,500. And that wasn't no punk ass change back then, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that's what we need. Boom, you know, hollered at my mama and hollered at my niggas. And we got together and we bust that SP 1200 on that ass. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we put together, I think the first song, in my recollection, the first song we did was I had that nigga Quick sample, Gil Scott Heron, Dust.
Mm.
And, man, we did that. And shit, I wrote my lyrics to that motherfucker, homie. Came back up in West Coast record distributors and banged that shit for their ass, and I was kind of serving them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was back then, homie. I felt like, you know, I could let anybody have it at any given time with this rap shit. I was there now, you know? And so when we came back up in there, you know, I kind of like popped that motherfucker in, and we was proud of it, you know? And they was like, wow, this shit kind of hard, you know? But, you know, I guess based on the way things was and the politics of the game and the situation, and like I said, a nigga getting his serve on, we ended up not fucking with them. You know, something, I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was like they wasn't breaking bread or they wasn't trying to put us in the studio to let us do what we wanted to do. And, you know, we young and hard-headed and talking long shit and, you know, going up there. And I guess we just wasn't the crowd they really, you know, the type of niggas they really wanted to fuck with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So from there, it's like we went off to, I think the George Murphy situation came after that. And then after the George Murphy 8 Mile Road situation turned into something else, we didn't work out there. Then we got with Suge and DOC. They had started a label called Funky Enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when DOC actually had his accident. And, you know, that was the first thing they was doing. And I'm trying to think of the cat that was behind them. I can't think of his name right now. Caucasian cat, European. And it might come to me while we talking.
Not Kenner or
he was
something
like the money behind. Nah, that ain't it. If you say it, I'll be like, that's his name.
Okay.
It might come to me while
That's
we
cool.
talking.
Yeah, no worries. Keep going.
Yeah, but and then you know, we was fucking with Suge, and, you know, going up there to see him. And this was before the Death Row thing.
Yeah, what was he like
and,
back then?
Oh man, he was a cool dude, homie. I didn't have no issues with Suge, man. You know, and he was, you know, straight out with us. It was around the time too he was fucking with Young Chocolate, Mr. Chocolate, and they did that same thing when they had the issues. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So it was around that time, you know. But I've never had, once again, I never had those type of problems with cats, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happened was they was kind of moving slow over there, Funky Enough, as far as we was concerned, man.
Mm.
And in the meantime, that's when Quick had did a few things on the side with different motherfuckers, because we was like making a name for ourselves. Cats like Battle Cat was coming through, and
Mm-hmm.
Richie Rich, he was fucking with World Class, and a lot of different cats. The Uzi Brothers had put us on some music, and you know, we was just, you know, doing what we do, man. But everything was growing. You know what I'm saying? Second to None, I guess they was doing things with Quick, and High C would come through over there, and you know, we was just growing it. You know what I'm saying? And really didn't know what the fuck we had, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, and nobody to really guide it. And once again, Quick was the goose that laid the golden egg.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, when Greedy had hired Quick, if my recollection is correct, Greedy wanted Quick to fuck with somebody he was fucking with, one of his artists. It wasn't Outburst at the time. Trying to picture that label that Greedy, you could probably holler at him and he'll tell you. He had a little artist, and I think Quick did some production on him, and that was the beginning of them working together. And so when the situation between us and Suge dissolved, you know, when they wasn't moving fast enough, but he had gave us a few dollars. So I made a move to get some bread fucking with a couple of cats from the neighborhood, and then we came back and broke bread with Suge to buy our way out of the contract, right? And when we bought our way out of the contract, that's when took road greedy now. Now, it's a lot of other things that occurred that, you know, I'm just kind of giving you, like I said, the microwave version of the story.
Yeah, I lost you for like 10 seconds. That last 10 seconds, I lost you. Can you repeat what you said?
Well, tell me what's the last thing you heard?
You said that's where the issues kind of started, and then it just went on.
Okay. Well, what I was saying was, you know, at the end of the Suge Knight DOC relationship, we broke bread with him to buy ourselves out the contract, and that's when Quick went a separate way, fucking with Greedy. Now there was some issues, you know, and Quick went that way, and when I did my thing with Dre and Young Jason, and we started Alias Records and tried to push the line with Penthouse Players Click like that, do our own thing. Quick, he wanted to go. He didn't want to really fuck with us based on, I guess, you know, the way we was doing what we was doing. He didn't want to really be involved in that. And so he'd rather fuck with Greedy, because Greedy was over there doing this thing, and he had his label already established. I wish I could think of that nigga label at the time. But he also was, you know, already making moves in the industry, and I've heard Greedy say that he really wanted to sign us all, but he couldn't get past, you know, certain misunderstandings, so to speak. You know, I kind of remember. I know how I was at the time, and I was probably on some shit like, man, I ain't trying to fuck with no nigga named Greedy.
Okay.
So
sound like some
probably
Jerry
other
Heller
things
shit.
that was going on. Yeah, well, but Jerry, my relationship with Jerry was cool too. It's just when you're dealing with certain people and you don't know certain things, you're ignorant to certain truths and certain facts. And, you know, you put yourself in a position where, you know, it's money involved, and they don't know, or you don't know how much you really could get. And then you ask for something, and they give it to you. I mean, you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I didn't have no real problems with Jerry until it was time to do that second Penthouse Players Click album. And they didn't want to give me all the money. You know, it was issues with Tweed, and issues with Quick, doing the production. And I don't know what they was all talking about. I just know I was there to pick up my bread to do that second album, you know, based on the contract. And they really wasn't trying to, you know, break bread the way they were supposed to. And they really weren't trying to fuck with us, though, because as far as they was concerned, if it wasn't no Tweed, and it wasn't no Quick, it wasn't no Click. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that ain't what they had originally signed, though, because when I originally signed the Ruthless on me, I signed the Penthouse Players Click by myself. Me and Dre and Jason had the most potent dope sack production, and we came to the deal at Ruthless, the three of us. And but as Penthouse Players Click, that was me. That was Playa Hamm. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I signed the deal. But, you know, it was involved with Quick doing production based on me and Easy talking about it, and he wanted Quick in the production, and for whatever he was doing, as far as his Dre situation had influence on that as well, you know? And so I stepped to Quick even before I signed the Ruthless deal, because I was already signed to Wild West Records. Morris Taft Jr., I don't know if you remember him. He was a cat back in the day that had a situation, and he had broke bread with me. And so I was rolling with Morris Taft. And then that's when Dre, my cat from the neighborhood, Andre Hughes, he came to me with the situation at Ruthless. And even though my Wild West situation is something, looking back, I probably should have stuck with, I didn't. And Easy broke bread with Morris, and I stepped away from the Wild West situation and rolled with Ruthless. And like I said, I signed by myself, homie. And but it was after talking to Quick and saying if you wanna spread your wings for Ruthless, homie, then I'll move over there
Mm.
and we'll do this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize even then, like I done heard later on, like I said, you don't be knowing what's going on, but I didn't realize that the Quick man that tried to go to Ruthless Priority to get a deal when they didn't really want to fuck with him, you know.
Really?
They said they already had that Compton sound. Yeah, well, I've heard that story from Quick.
Huh.
And I didn't hear it to me directly. I heard him telling somebody else
Mm-hmm.
or some shit I read or something. But I didn't know that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
I didn't know that at the time. And a lot of things I was naive to, homie. Just we do what we do and we live and we learn and we grow. You know?
Yeah.
And the game was totally different back then, homie. So shit happens the way it happened.
Mm. Yeah. Talk to me about Eazy-E and being
Man,
signed to
Easy was
Ruthless.
a cool dude, homie. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that was actually only I got no complaints. Once again, it's like, I told Easy what I wanted, and Easy said he, you know,
Yeah.
and I didn't know I could have got more. I mean, I just figured, it's enough,
Yeah.
And then what kind of fucked the situation up though was once we had signed the Ruthless. I had signed the Ruthless and I got the deal. So then I went and got my nigga Tweed. I said, come on, nigga, I'm gonna put you on some music. And the mission was to do me a deal, got it, then do Tweed a deal, do a PLAYA HAMM solo deal, and then come back and do another motherfucking Penthouse Players Click thing. Kind of like the way your boy 50 did with the G
Okay.
Unit thing, right?
Uh-huh.
But what happened was, I put Tweed all on the album cover the way I did, and he wasn't signed. So we did all that shit. We did all that music and made that record and filmed that video. And then Priority came back to the table and was like, we need to amend the contracts and put your boy Tweed on the contract because we ain't got him on no paperwork. We about to drop this out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we was like, well, that's just another contract y'all gonna have to work out with Tweed. But they was like, nah, because he already on project, right? And instead of us realizing we was in a greater position to bargain than we knew, we didn't have no management at the time. We didn't have no attorneys online, which was more mistaken shit, thinking we could do this shit, thinking we in the street. You know what I'm saying? And something else I didn't know. I didn't know that nigga Ice Cube had already been up in Priority tearing shit up. I didn't know nothing about that at the time.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So, when they dealing with us on a certain level and we talking to them a certain type of way, they like, hold up, what are we dealing with here? And so even though that situation got worked out, right, and we amended the contracts through Priority and through Ruthless, and Tweed had to sign on as if he was already signed on, and they didn't get a nigga no money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
I paid him for doing music with me and made sure, I looked out for him. But like I say, the mission was to get him his own deal. Separate. And instead of us pushing the line in that direction, we accepted, that faulty little move, homie, not knowing, we could have did things different.
Mm.
And, we just, became some more of them cats who got, who got railroaded in that type of situation, But like I said, I got no worries. I mean, I got no complaints, homie. I'm blessed and grateful. I did my thing, and we still got action at making things happen. And nobody made me do anything. Priority didn't even make a nigga do that. Priority just convinced the nigga that was the best thing to do,
Yeah.
And instead of us going and getting attorneys and making sure, okay, look, because like I said, the paperwork was already done, homie. They came back after the fact with that little twist because they ain't had Tweed locked in on nothing, man.
Mm.
I guess, we didn't realize, if they wanted to really fuck with him, they really needed to break bread with him. And Tweed wanted that, but Priority didn't, they was like, nah, we ain't doing that. They made us think that the record wasn't going to come out, different shit. And it's like, well, if y'all don't put the record out, that's gonna be another problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn.
So shit ended up going the way it was going, and then so Tweed was salty after that happened, right? And so we started having issues when we tried to get management and tried to work some things out, and they was going to put us on this tour, and they was going to break bread. You know, the situation kind of got out of hand because niggas was on phones and business negotiations. You know, he over there, I'm over here, his management over there, my management over here. And niggas is arguing about crumbs. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So that's our story, you know? And in the meantime and in between time, all kind of other things is going on behind the scenes, you know? I got involved in you know, I got down with Quick on a couple of his next projects. You know, which ones? Whichever ones I was on.
Of course, yeah. I mean, shit, we had
and then
Rhythm. You're on Rhythmalism, right? Safe and Sound, obviously.
yeah, that was later. That was the Rhythmalism was the Alistair thing, right?
I think so.
That was when he was over at Alistair. Yeah, but yeah, I think I got which one was it? Way Too Funky.
Yeah, wait.
If I wasn't on Way Too Funky, then I was on the next one. Maybe it was Safe and Sound.
It was definitely Safe and
Safe
Sound.
and Sound. Yeah. And so which one had
No doubt. No, that was
had When You Were G. Yeah, When You Were G. When You Were G and something else, I think. But anyway, you know, so there was little lightweight issues, you know, with them type of situations as well. You know, once again, thinking certain things gonna occur and they don't occur. You know, it's like so with this and so with that.
Yeah.
You know, cats is, you know, not really knowing how we were supposed to really respond and react in a situation from a professional level. You know, the game was different, like I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so,
you're learning as you were going.
Yeah.
Shit, I want to talk to you about a couple of people specifically. If I can have you for like about 10 more minutes, if that's cool.
No, I'm good.
Okay,
good.
thank you,
good.
man. This is great.
I'm in traffic.
Yeah,
rolling.
Cool.
Yeah.
Talk to me about one of my top 5 favorite MCs. His lyrical wordplay is just ridiculous. But talk to me about Sugar Free.
Man, my nigga for life, homie. You know, he invited me to be a part of that project. He had told Quick when they was working on it, man, I need PLAYA HAMM, man. And, you know, and that's how I met him, through Quick. And was impressed with him from day one, you know. Smooth cat, man. Nothing but love and honor and respect, you know.
Yeah. You were on If You Stay Ready. Classic song.
Right. I'm on that one. Yeah, man. That's like, you know, one of the biggest records. Actually, it is the biggest record I've ever been on, man. Got a nigga a lot of love, man.
You can never be me.
You know, that
see
record
me
started
with
off.
pen.
Huh?
I was just reciting one of your rhymes. You can never be me, only see me with a pen.
Yeah.
Dude, tell me a good Sugar Free story. I know he's a character. I know something. You have to have something about Sugar Free.
Man,
that won't get anybody in trouble.
Nothing I'm really, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, respect for the pimping, you know what I'm saying? And he real with it. And, man, homie, you know, we did a couple other things with a couple more cats. He took me out of town a couple of times to get some money. And, man, like I say, nothing but respect for my nigga Free, man. You know, my nigga Pomona Pimpin' John, met him through Free and a couple other cats. And, shit, man, my nigga Bubba Brown, rest in peace. Shit, homie, a lot of beauty, man, a lot of love, man.
Yeah.
To Free my nigga. He got my sons on a couple of projects with me, on some things with them. And, you know, we gonna probably make some more music. We just ain't got around to it, you know, because I still push my pen, homie. I'm still with it. I just haven't been, you know, putting nothing out, really getting out there like I really would like to. But the opportunities are presenting themselves, you know.
Yeah. Shit, keep doing stuff like this. So. Keep doing stuff like this, and I would say even start a podcast or a YouTube channel yourself, and just get out there.
Yeah, that's what my people been telling me I should do, man. So
I know you have a lot of stories.
Yeah, I got a lot to share, man. I just got to remember it, man. You know,
Well,
it's not always easy to recollect.
yeah. Talk to me about because Quick released a song called "Just Like Compton." For everybody out there, it's basically a song where he's talking about going to different areas, different cities across the country, and realizing that it's just like Compton, San Antonio, Denver, places like that, St. Louis, and that leads me to my next question. Did you? I know I kind of asked you this earlier with the MCA thing, but did you ever experience any issues because they are affiliated with Bloods? You know what I mean? Did you ever experience any issues being on the road and performing in certain areas?
Man, I never had none of those problems. I didn't get on the road a lot. We had did a tour in '92 when he dropped that album, and we was out there for a minute together, and we had the Penthouse album. Second to None had their shit out. Well, no, they were still riding the wave of their first album actually because it took a minute for them to do their second. And I think AMG had some things going, but we tried to get out there on the tour, man, and I didn't have no issues. Like I said, all them things them niggas ran into, or whatever problems they had, homie, I didn't have them problems, man. We was out there in a couple of big venues that I remember, and like I said, a lot of that shit kind of foggy because of other things I was dealing with. But for the most part, homie, man, I never had those issues, man. Everywhere I went, what number love, man. And, fucked with Scarface out there, met him, and chopped it up with him. And, when we see each other now, it's all love, love. I never had those problems, man.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you carried yourself that way. So your verses were always like,
absolutely.
Yeah, it was like Player talking about getting bitches, like just having a good time. So that's
yeah, just just enjoying and keeping it, respectful to the extent that I could. I mean, I never made it to the East Coast. I talked a lot of shit about some of them cats probably that but I was just trying to really give them the respect and the admiration, man. I hate to hate. I don't hate the haters. So I was just rap was a competition sport back then, and when I got in the game. It was transitioning basically from rapping at rappers to rapping to your audience, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, that's why that Penthouse album is kind of like the way it is, where it has that, them songs, some of them songs we had for a minute, and some of the songs that didn't make the album that was more like what Cats was doing right then, for some strange reason, Quick didn't want to produce them records. That's another story. But, the bottom line is, we had a wonderful opportunity to get out there and make some real shit happen, man, and become a part of the history, man, and I'm grateful for it,
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Someone who left us way too soon, and probably if he were alive today would go down as one of the greatest MCs on the West Coast. Talk to me about Mossberg. Rest in peace.
Man, Mossberg, homie. A good cat, man. A great heart, homie. Yeah, you said it absolutely, man. He just was in the wrong places at the wrong times, and he was pushing them lines. He was pushing, and he wasn't no little dude, so he was very intimidating. And in all honesty, man, he should not have even had to go out like that, homie.
Yeah.
He should have been better taken care of, man. And I'm gonna leave it at that, man.
Yeah. MC wise, what was it like being around him?
Oh man, very inspirational and motivational, man. I mean, his style, his persona, I mean, man, on some, shit, on me some Biggie mixed with Pac shit. You know what I'm saying? With great potential, homie. His potential wasn't even near about reach, homie. And his situation over there with Tony Lane at Laneway and there's some other people, some real ones, man. I got nothing but respect for, man. Tony Lane and Stan Shepard, man, because that Sugar Free situation, they looked out for me on that, as well. But yeah, man, Mossberg, homie, he has so much room to be something, really, really powerful, man. It's a trip, man.
Yeah. Well, shit, I want one
Yeah.
one more question, and then I want to give you a chance to promote anything you have coming up and your son's click and everything like that. But one more question, kind of tailgating off of the Mossberg thing. What are your, in general, what are your thoughts? Excuse me. What are your thoughts on the whole Nipsey Hussle killing that is about to be a year?
Wow, homie. Listen, you know, when I was a fledgling rapper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I think that we already had the project out, one of the original Watch Prophets, Father MD, he got a birthday coming up too. Happy birthday, Father MD. I'm gonna try to make that party. Um, he told me, man, he said, play a hand. Cause I had probably spit some verses or something, spit some shit to him, and he was like, He was like, look, some people out here, when they rapping, they can't rap about things, they can't talk about things they don't want to come true. You can't be rapping about things that you don't want to happen. That's what Father MD told me, homie, early in my career, bro.
Okay.
And I took heed to that. You know what I'm saying? We as poets, homie, sometime, and as creators, homie, we can nurture a reality into existence, homie, that don't have to be, you know? And as much powerful movement Nip was creating, you know, he still rapped about a lot of dark things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where he was. That's what he was on. That was it. You know. So the saddest part about the situation is, you know, I wasn't around him enough to know. I met him a couple of times, but you know, I don't know if anybody told him.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? That look, bro. You are what is it? A prophet. A prophet, or you know, you prophesy, homie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us do that, homie. We can rap about things and then they come true. You know, sometimes people call it fake it till you make it, but no, this ain't the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And so a cat like Nip, man, who, you know, I didn't even want to believe it, homie.
Yeah,
with all
same.
the things, you know, all the ways he was moving and all the circles he was beginning to, you know, penetrate, and all the cats that was, you know, observing him, and you know, all these, you know, he was about to be one of them niggas, man. He was one of them niggas, man.
Mm-hmm.
And to get, you know, to go once again, it's so sad, homie.
Mm-hmm.
But it just lets you know, man. You know, it just lets you know. It's like, man, I'm blessed. I'm 55, homie.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
you know, I done seen a few things, and I done took, you know, I done missed a lot of, you know, fucked up destinies. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I got, you know, I got too much to be thankful for now, man. You know, I got 7 kids, 4 sons, 3 daughters, and 1 grandson, 1 granddaughter, and everybody know each other, and I done had them all in the house, you know, growing up together at one time or another, and, you know, and I got a lot to be thankful for, homie. You know, even though they ain't all got the same mamas and shit, you know, that's one thing I think I did okay. Is, you know, as far as my kids is concerned, homie, I kind of did that right, you know?
Yeah. That's dope, man.
I might didn't treat their mamas like I should have treated them, but I damn sure made sure my kids were straight, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome that you stayed around, man. We need more fathers doing that. Listen to this, man, dude. 7 kids and he takes care of them. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I've been there the whole time. I ain't never not been daddy since I've been daddy, man. From number 1 to number 7, homie. I ain't never forsaken that responsibility, bro.
That's
you know,
dope.
going through it with a female is one thing, homie, but she wasn't telling me when I could come see my kids, not now one of them. I'm pulling up.
That's good.
I'm making sure they got what they need. Well, I just got them that. Well, now they got more of that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Got 2.
Yeah.
That's
so
dope, man.
It's all good, homie.
Yeah, well, shit,
Yeah.
I'll let you get to whatever you're microwaving and about to eat and everything. But what do you have coming up? And, you know, promote anything you want.
I didn't realize that shit was that loud.
Don't even worry about it, man.
Yeah, no, man, it's all about the Young Giants, man. They got G-Sides and P-Talk coming, Fleetwood Brown music coming, and you know, Shit, homie, we just pushing lines, man. The Young Giants ain't hard to find, man. They got a nice little catalog out there, man, and a few situations that are brewing in the cut. You know, they working with Jelly Roll and working with Black Tobin and working with Day One and got some things with Battle Cat that they did. And so, you know, I'm just in the cut with it, man. Every now and then I hear something that I got to put a word or two on. And other than that, though, man, it's just all about pushing that, you know. And 2090s, the Giants project was the last one I think they did. And everything independent now. But we working on some situations to get more visible and create, you know, that multi-million-dollar following that, you know, that take care of everybody, you know?
Yeah, that's dope, man. And listen to me when I tell you, get on YouTube and start a channel and just start talking, and people will tune in. Dude,
okay, thanks, bro. I might have to do that.
I'm telling you, man.
I might have to do that, homie.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Player Ham. Thank you so much, man. You have a great night. Peace to you and your family.
Man, you too. Enjoy, my brother. I appreciate you. Thanks for everything, homie.
Talk to you soon, man. Peace.
All right, gone.
Player Ham. Dre, I love talking hip-hop. You know that.
Yeah.
90s shit, man. Dude, responsible for a lot of hits. Back to what I was saying, Dre. Yeah. Because my second guest canceled on me. So we're going to chat for a little bit.
Okay.
Back to what I was saying earlier, dude. I edit
saying?
videos, and I do it for musicians. And
for rappers?
Yeah. Well, most of my clients are rappers. I'd say like maybe 60% of them are rappers. 40% are just other random shit. Like you'd be surprised at the music that I come across. Most of the music come across rap sucks. Like I'm keeping it super real. I don't care if the music sucks. Hey, you're paying me. Let's do this, right?
Okay.
I am willing to forego.
So like Rebecca Black bad.
I'm
like,
just
Friday.
Oh,
give me the money. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna do whatever you want.
Like weird, like classical, like German, like even German shit. Like
wow.
just weird, like weird shit, like crazy David Hasselhoff type of weird shit. Like you're
I can imagine the footage you got.
Oh, yep, dude, and you know
You better hope the CIA doesn't read your shit.
Fuck, dude. Thankfully, nothing nude or anything like that. But I'm willing to forego about 60% of my business, which I'm not making a fucking ton of money off this. Trust me, it's like not a lot of money, guys. We're talking here, but I'm willing to forego 60% of my business because I don't know if I want to fuck with rappers anymore, dude.
Okay. Goddamn.
Every time, Dre, not every time,
so
8 out of 10 times, a rapper tries to haggle me on the price. This is when I hit my breaking point. This is the last straw that broke the camel's back, ladies and gentlemen. The song that he sent me, which was actually kind of a decent song, I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
It was called Money Ain't Shit to Me. Money Ain't Shit to Me. Yes, Money Ain't Shit to Me.
Of course.
Think something like that. Yeah, I may have one word off or something.
You like, okay, let me give you exorbitant.
Let's go. Money ain't shit to me. That's the name of the thing. No, I charge you for whatever. We're standard rates all across the board.
Money ain't shit to him.
But if money ain't shit to you, why, when I tell you my price and we agree on a price, and then why in a week you try to change the price on me?
What exactly
man,
happened?
I'm broke, bro. Like, hey, man, the child support hit, homie. My baby mama hit me with the child support. You've had listen to me. You've had child support for every month for the past, and what? It's just a surprise now. What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like, but money ain't shit to him. I don't understand.
I'm like, dog, and if you look at all his pictures, literally dude is standing in front of a Ferrari. Dre, does not own a Ferrari. I know for a fact he doesn't own a Ferrari.
Is a Ferrari driving?
It was probably somebody's for a park. He was probably walking down West Hollywood or something. There was a Ferrari parked there, and he goes on the side like this, boom, and then he even has a song called Ferrari something. Ferrari, like he's a Ferrari type of driving type of guy. And I even joked about him and called him out on that. I said, "Do you have he's driving a Toyota Corolla, like a '99 Toyota Corolla, something like that."
That's not bad.
But money ain't shit to him, Dre.
Money ain't shit to him, cause he ain't got it.
Why do I have to deal with this? I hate haggling. Dre, you run a business as well. You know how hard it is to run a business, and when you set a price, you're probably just kind of lowballing it just to like, all right, dude, let's do business. Let's do this. Boom, let's make this shit happen. But if I gotta go below that, like, come on, dog. Like, what do you like? Nah. Especially if what's the name of the song, Dre?
Money ain't shit to you.
pay attention, rappers, because it's not a good look, dude. It's not a good look, and it's just it's the rappers. It's the.
Have you done any videos for any other musicians?
Like genre wise, or what do you mean?
Have you done videos just for rappers, only rappers, or
No. I do other genres. Others, yeah.
Like what?
Like I said, classical. I've gotten like just weird electro, like a lot of drum and bass. And these are videos. Like, hey, I have this raw footage. Boom, here it is. Turn it into a nice video. Yeah, and yeah, it's 60% of that is rappers.
Oh, you're dope.
Yeah, you're high because you didn't hear about you fought for about 2 minutes. You tuned me out, Dre.
No. I'm like I was wondering because if you were gonna cut out. You said it was 60% of your business. No, but I thought maybe you'd be editing other videos, like maybe like wedding videos and other shit like that.
Oh, gotcha. No, yeah,
I would. Not just other genres. I know you would.
Not just music. Gotcha. Yeah, I would. But
so right now exclusively you're doing just music.
Pretty much just music.
Shit.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Referrals. That's kind of how
that's
it is.
amazing. And B-roll, I guess it's called B-roll. Footage editing is a good business, I guess.
It's a business because there's so much content out there, as you know, and everybody is looking for people to do that.
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
It's a ton of work.
It's a grind,
dude. Repetitive.
Worth every penny.
Copy paste.
You did that video for me for the unopened mic, and it was awesome.
Oh, and we're doing another one for the unopened mic. Dre, when is that? Oh, that's right.
Saturday.
This Saturday, ladies and gentlemen.
Sold out.
Yeah, dude. It's gonna be great. Ah, shit. Lost my earphones. And we're gonna be doing a 421 also.
Yep.
That's going to be sick. I'm really going to be looking forward to that one. We're going to be doing a Cinco de Mayo one, which is going to be all Latino comics.
Well, Spanish. It doesn't have to be Latino. You just got to do it Spanish.
See, I always get it wrong. I say Hispanic and it's wrong. I say Spanish.
If you're white
it's
and
wrong.
you talk Spanish, then you can perform.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, see, we don't discriminate here on
Nope.
Super Audio Network. But yeah, it's really something dope that you really have to check out, dude. Comedy is my all-time. Like, I love comedy just as much as I love music.
Yeah.
Like, we love to laugh, right?
Yeah.
I love to laugh. Who's in your eyes, who's the best comedian in the world?
In the world?
Yeah, just dead or alive. And don't say Ari Shafir.
That's what I was going to say, but no, I like him a lot, but
You actually
he's
should have
not
said
my
that. That would
favorite.
have been funny.
He's not, but I was gonna say just for comedy, but just doing shit for comedy is not funny. Barely.
Get canceled.
No, I can't decide. It's hard.
Really? Okay. If I had to pick one right now, my favorite living comedian, and this is kind of weird, but my favorite living comedian.
I like Rogan a lot.
Okay. Do you really see?
Yeah.
Okay.
His comedy is hilarious to me.
Interesting. Here's the deal, dude. I didn't even know Rogan up until maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I never knew he did comedy. I knew him as a podcast guy. I never, for whatever reason, I follow comedy. I've always followed comedy. And for whatever reason, I never knew about Joe Rogan, never ran into him. I've been to the Comedy Store a dozen times. I've been to the Laugh Factory. I've been to all those Ice House. I've been all around. I know all Joey Diaz. I knew Joey Diaz fucking 15 years ago.
Also, Rogan was banned from the Comedy Store for a while.
Was it the Carlos Mencia thing?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. That was Carlos Mencia.
I knew Rogan. I thought he was like an actor or whatever, and I knew him as then when he went to Fear Factor, I was like, well, of course he's an actor.
And I knew him from Fear Factor. I know him from Fear Factor, and I know from when I heard his podcast, I was like, oh, that's the guy from Fear Factor. Never put two and two to the comedy thing. I remember about the Carlos Mencia thing, but I never knew what comedian he got into it with until years later, maybe like 5 years ago, that I actually looked it up on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's the Carlos Mencia. And Joe Rogan put it all together. Then Joey Diaz. I'm like, I've known Joey Diaz, not known him. I've known about Joey Diaz for years. I knew about George Perez, who's been for a year before I even knew about Joe Rogan, which is kind of weird actually, right? But I love Joe Rogan.
But that's cool. That's just that you're a comedy fan. That's dope. I like that.
Back to my favorite living comedian. Thank you for good job, Dre. You're good. Back to my favorite living comedian. Living comedian right now, my favorite one is Mike Epps.
Mike Epps? Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I've seen
He's
him.
funny.
I've seen him in person a bunch of times, and he's just very funny. What
was his last special he just came out with? Was it Blue Jeans? No.
I don't know.
I think I just saw one.
It would be. You know what? It would be a toss up between him and Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle.
It would be a toss up.
You're right.
Dave Chappelle is really good, dude.
His latest his latest special was amazing.
Masterpiece, dog.
Amazing.
Masterpiece. If you have not seen Dave Chappelle's latest comedy show, ladies and gentlemen, please check it out, dude. It's so dope, dude. And what my favorite part about it, let me light this joint while we talk. My favorite part about it is that he has F you money. So he said everything that's like, fuck it, F it.
I like that.
Yeah, he was just like, screw it. I don't care if I get canceled. I don't care if anything. And
that's what I like when you have that kind of passion, when you're just doing it because you want to see if it's funny and you don't have any fucks to give.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's what makes it so natural, dude. Yeah, Dave Chappelle, man. I can't believe the Dave Chappelle show has been already almost 20 years. Wasn't it like the early 2000s, dog? It was like 05, 03, I think, or something like that.
I don't really remember when he dropped off. I just remember him disappearing for a while because I didn't have cable at the time. I was watching
This is a question for Fix on the VIP podcast for what year was that?
Why you just gonna get it wrong? He's gonna lie about the year and get it wrong.
Hey man, I watched that shit, dude. Fix, that's fucked up, dog.
How many games do you think he threw?
How many exactly? I was about to say, how many times do you think that's happened? You can't go off Wikipedia, dog. You got to do a little bit deeper digging. And I knew it was 1999. My friends out there don't know what I'm talking about. Check out the VIP podcast, his last episode. But he has a game called What Year Is That? And you have to guess what year something happened. And he was wrong. And I was watching the show and I was like, dude, you're fucking wrong. And I even Googled it. And then I was like, wait, no, maybe I'm tripping. And I'm like, no, I know I'm not tripping because it was a significant year in my life. And he was wrong, dude. And he had to drink alcohol because he was wrong.
Bad alcohol.
It's actually a cool game, cool show. Check it out, VIP podcast, right here on Super Audio Network. I know, yeah, I had to tune out a little bit after so I could check out his new game.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Yes,
and
actually, we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up, yeah, because
okay.
my other guest canceled. So
shit.
So we're gonna call it a night right here on Super Audio Network, Dusty Vision Radio, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with my boy Dre Day all day. Make sure you hit subscribe and check out some of the dope shows we have. All of the dope shows we have right here. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Oh, it's holding.